Hi people, and how my Chili Con Carnage crew, it's Chili here, the man who produces Iron from My Eyes, doing a 5-minute review on Sykofant's newest self-titled record. Now I can't remember how this record came up on my feed, but somehow it did, and then I ended up delaying my review up until now. Sykofant are from Oslo, Norway, and play a style of groove-laden rock music with an undertone of psychedelic tones to their style that is quite atmospheric and, of course in the other areas, hard-hitting. Take for example the second track, Between Air and Water, which has this 12-minute runtime allowing the band to build up to a precipice with an air of moody psychedelic blues that eventually gives way to what feels like schizophrenic sounding guitar riffs at about the halfway point. It seems like a counterculture to the prog rock movement as it sways from classic foot-stomping rock and roll to that attitude that is sprinkled within the song, and yet it also follows the path of the genre as the musicians build upon the song with the ever-changing tempos and time signature changes. It's a really weird air of mystery within this band, and of course the music that they play, but it really is just quite a spectacle to listen to. Now this song is easily one of the highlights from this album to me. One of the other tracks that caught me off guard was the song Monuments of Old, which while being an 8-minute long song pays off with its high energy in the latter half and back to basics, no bullshit rock and roll riffs that feel like the band are exercising their inner Thin Lizzy and bringing forth the spirit of Gary Moore for this epic guitar section and slow guitar solo. One hell of a tune. Now I'll admit, I was surprised to also hear that the album contained a more back to basics rock approach with the music on offer here. I was expecting a much more psychedelic affair considering the vague artwork and of course its colour palette, and especially when I heard the startup for Between Air and Water, but hey, I'm not gonna lie when I say that I was pleasantly surprised by what I had heard by the band, and of course you can tell this by what I have to say from earlier. But the only negative thing I can say about this record is the production quality. It's certainly acceptable, but could have used a bit more beef in the mid-tone section, and the drums do feel somewhat murky at times. However, it's not a huge detractor to this effort and is perfectly acceptable. It's just a minor gripe that I noticed. This record certainly contains a lot of surprises for an album with so few songs. After all, the record itself only has 6 tunes to offer and it has a 55-minute runtime, so it does err on the side of lengthy music. So make sure to strap yourselves in for the ride because, hey, trust me, it'll be worth it, especially when you reach that last song that does give a twist on the rest of the album. Airing an almost poppy sound effort meets prog rock with an intriguing change of pace being brought on by the use of an acoustic and string section. Now this song did last longer than I expected, but it never overstayed its welcome, never ever once. Instead, the band take their time on this song and we can transcend on this venture over its 15-minute runtime with its fine inclusion of slide guitar sections and Pink Floyd inspired echoes section, of course, found around the halfway point. This is the way to see off a great album. Overall, I will give this album a score of 8 million chilies on the spicy scale, with my favourite tracks being Between Air and Water, Monuments of Old, and Forgotten Path. This album is quite the spectacle and is a fantastic effort for a debut record. This band is one to keep an eye out for, easily for fans of prog rock and the classic rock genre, so make sure to check out this band and this album as I recommend them to you. If you've enjoyed this content, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to us and stay notified for future music related content because it keeps our manager happy at the end of the day. We are also on Discord, Instagram, Facebook and all those other social platforms if you want to check us out. As always people, you have a great day and stay spicy. Hi, I'm Chili from Live Listen Erase and I have tits on my head.
Those are ears.
Those are ears apparently. Not true. You look like the guy from Little Nicky.